Right, hi guys. Basically, what I've got here is the Xbox One Day One Edition box opening, I should say. It's sort of basically the console arrived, and I opened it up and I did record it on a video, but the video footage and the audio was so bad, the quality, that I've kind of like done another one. But it's pretty much the same thing, except you're just not going to see me actually unwrapping the unit and whatever else. As you can see there, it's a day one edition. I'll just go through a couple of things. The first one is, it turns like this. You've got a sleeve, you take off, and you've got your normal black Spinal Tap, or the Black Album, if anybody is familiar with that. I'm just going to check to make sure you can actually see this. And I'll just do a bit of a zoom in on that. Okay, and as you can see, that's not, yeah, give or take. What they've done is they've basically combined the two finishes from the shiny finish, or the dust magnet finish as I call it, on the Xbox Slim. And if anybody bought the arcade version, where they went for the real matte black, and it felt slightly, I always thought it was slightly lower grade materials, but I've got no to prove that as such. And basically what I'll do is I'll just do a quick run around on the console, show you the controller, the headset that's included, and a couple of the bits that came with it, and then a few of the games. I'm just going to talk about a little bit about my first impressions on the Xbox One, and we'll sort of take it from there. So basically, as you can see here, you've got your disc input. No more tray, which is pretty good news, hopefully good news anyway. You've got your manual load, which is pretty much like the Xbox Slim, with a touch button, sorry. Your main Xbox on, power on, which is completely flat, and again it's touch sensitive. I haven't took the stickers or anything off yet. But turn it around this way, I'm hoping you'll see all this as we're going. Here, this is your sync button for your controllers. And here is a USB 3. Now this one is apparently supposed to be used for external storage when they patch it, so that you can use that facility. At the moment that facility is not really in place, the same as it isn't on the PS4 apparently again. And once again, if you just turn it around to the back, what you've got on there, you've got your power input, which is basically the same. Look, it's a brick, the same as the Slim, give or take. It's slightly smaller, but it looks like the same input. And then you've got your HDMI in, out, and your HDMI in, which is apparently for, you can plug your TV box or possibly other games consoles through it. I've got no evidence of that yet. I've been told that it does work, although there's some issues with lag. I think you've got your optical in. You've got your another two USB 3s there, and you've got your connect, and then you've got your internet cable. The unit, just so you've got an idea, is it's decent weight, and it's quite chunky. I'm just going to check the camera again to make sure you're picking this up. Yeah, it's quite chunky, and what I'm going to do is, just so you get an idea, is I'm just going to do a bit of a comparison with the Xbox Slim, and then I'll show you the controller and the headset and everything else. So bear with me. I haven't done one of these before, so if it's a bit rough, just bear with me. One of the first things I said on my feelings, if you like, was it didn't feel like a high grade piece of kit. And you know, we're not all gonna sit hugging our console. Well, some of you might. That's up to you. Whatever floats your boat. But I didn't know what I was expecting either. I don't know if I was expecting, fireworks when I opened the box or what. I don't know. But I've kind of got used to it now. But initially, I think you kind of pull it out and it's just a big black box. But to be fair, I'm not interested too much in what it looks like. I'm not interested in a fashion award for a games console or an entertainment centre. I'm interested in what it can do, and I'd love to be able to say I could get the PS4 as well. I couldn't afford both, no way, especially this time of year. We're coming up to Christmas, everybody like yourselves, it's a tough time for everybody with money and everything else, but I'd like a PS4 as well at some point. Because I think they're both really, really good units. But when I looked at the games, I was more interested in what was out on the, like Forza 5, for instance, Rise, those kind of things. But I've been with Xbox now for a long time, and their live system is you know, it's known, it's proven, and Microsoft know what they're doing with the servers, although there have been issues, we all know that, but I would rather stick with that rather than jumping ship to somebody that's only really just started getting into that properly, maybe over the last couple of years, and charging for the online system with PS4. The other thing I noticed as well with the PS4 is that the games are more expensive in some of the main supermarket chains, and they're going to charge more for the DLC content by £3 or £4 apparently. So I'm not sure whether people have been saying, oh, we don't not bothered about the Kinect and this and that, but the console's like £80 cheaper, so I'm going to go for the PS4. But you're paying, I think, what did I say? That was 53. One of the games was £53. It was 47 for the Xbox One and 53 for the PS4, and it was the same title. I think it might be Need for Speed Rivals or something, I'm not sure. And that was only one of the major supermarket chains, which, by the way, just as a quick note, on the day of release, because this is day one, I got this on day one, on the 22nd, most of the supermarkets local to me only had 2 or 3 games on the shelves ready to go out. No peripherals, no accessories, nothing. So I found that real shocker, considering it was a major launch for a new gen console, and there was nothing, and it's only just been over these last few days or week or so where they've got more games in, they're starting to sell the controllers and the recharge packs and all that kind of stuff. But again, that might just be local to me, I don't know. Anyway, that's that console there. What I'm going to do is just quickly show you the size difference with the Xbox 360. I'll show you, and then I'll show you the rest. I'll try and speed this up a little bit if I can. Right, the 360 is just there, and again, as I said, a bit of a dust magnet, I'm sorry about that. And basically, as you can see, it's this Xbox One is quite a bit bigger, but I would say that's probably, give or take, between 2.5 to 3 inches wider. Depth, it's almost identical, bar about 1 centimetre on the front. Obviously, you've got the inlaid contour here with the Xbox 360 Slim, but it's pretty much the same. And height-wise, about 1 centimetre bigger, so hopefully you can see that. Weight wise, it's give us that the same, to be fair. So negligible. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really interested in the weight. I'm not going to be putting it in my backpack to carry around. It's going to be sitting on a shelf in my house. So I'll just quickly show you the controller and the headset. That's the controller. And some mixed feelings on that one initially, but what I'll do is I'll quickly talk about that. I'll bring this over to the camera so you can see. I hope you can see this light. And basically, zoom out a bit actually, would help, wouldn't it? Yeah. Right. Basically, the Xbox One controller, it's slightly smaller in feel and hold, and I've got decent sized hands, not massive, but a decent size pair of mitts. And one thing is, these sticks are smaller, but they got, I don't know if you'll be able to see on that, this grip on the outside edge. That's quite a lot of grip on there, and it really does help with the control on the sticks, and the controls are a lot more responsive than on the 360, obviously with the new games. The D-pad is a lot better. The D-pad, you can literally, your thumb will cover the whole lot, and you can move around quite good. Buttons are nice and feel nice and fat and solid. What I like is that they've moved the guide button up, because people have moaned about that. I don't know why. I used to slip off and touch the guide button quite a lot when I was playing shooters or racers or whatever else. I used to slide off and just catch the guide button on the 360 controller, and that used to annoy the living hell out of me. Hit this. This is a bit of a bone of contention. That is your input for your chat, which I'll show you in a minute. And that, when I first saw it, I had a right pad, if you like, because I was looking at it saying, well, there's no adapter. What do I plug my Turtle Beach into? Nothing, because you can't, because they've redesigned the whole workings of the Xbox One controller, and you need an adapter or a brand new set of headphones. Now, what I've done is I've researched that and had a look, and apparently the deal they did with Turtle Beach was going to mean that the new headsets that are coming out, I don't know, I think like they call it X7s and X10s or something or other, they're going to have these adapters that basically means that you can use them with the next gen consoles and backwards compatible with current gen. However, Microsoft, who are developing the adapter, have delayed it until 2014. Now, we're not sure when in 2014, but it's supposed to be the first quarter. I just hope they get their finger out. This is the input for the charger, and your battery pack or batteries just will go in there. It's a lot sleeker. I like that. One thing you notice, massive bumper buttons at the side of them. Now these, I've had a bit of an issue with these, but I'm getting used to them. Basically, when I hold my controller when I'm gaming, I'm like this. I'm quite full on covering. And what I found with this is that because the buttons are so big, it's a little bit, I won't say very often, but every now and again you'll hit and you won't quite get the same hit or response that you would expect. If your fingers are on the outside, awesome, brilliant, fantastic. If your fingers come over like mine do, they tend to be a bit, so I'm getting used to that, but overall I'm getting used to it. I didn't like it at first, and I'm getting used to it now, and I really like it, and it's also really responsive with the new games, especially with things like Rise, the Forza and FIFA, really responsive. This Edge actually that I talked about earlier, this, if you play for long enough, and I'm quite aggressive when I play with my controllers, I tend to wear them out quite quick. You actually get like a callus on the end of your thumb, so that's something to look out for if you like. But this does press down, and you've got your start, which has been replaced. The symbols have been replaced with start and select. But other than that, it feels really nice. So that's that. I'll quickly show you the headset. This, if you can see that is a non-adjustable, basically an Alice band. For those of you who don't know, that's just a cheap girl's hairband, if you like, give or take. It says Xbox on there, look. Right, there's no foam here, which I'm glad about, because it always used to come off and get mucky. That's nice soft on your ear, and it fits your head, and it's okay and whatever. Before I talk about this, if you can see that, you've got your buttons there, you've got your mute and your volume up and down, and you can't go wrong with that. That's a new adapter, by the way. That's how it fits in the controller, and you can't go wrong. I really like that. However, I want to use my Turtle Beach, and they're only cheap, well, cheapish. They're the £30 to £40 X12s, and because my TV hasn't got, although it's a relatively modern TV, it hasn't got the the phono out. I've had to use the actual headphone jack, that's the green lead off the Turtle Beach, power the USB via an external extension lead while plugged in, and I can use it on the game volume, but I can't do chat. You still have to use these for chat, so the quicker they sort that out, the better as far as I'm concerned. I think this is a bit of a cheap call on Microsoft's behalf. I think for the money you're paying for the console, yes, I know you're getting Kinect, and that is turned out to be quite an interesting piece of kit, but for what you're paying, I think they could have included, being as they've got the deal with Turtle Beach, a bog standard bottom of the range set of Turtle Beach headphones, which they should have sorted the adapter out for. But you know what I mean, it's but can't have spilt milk. They haven't done it, so whatever, it's not going to change anything. So there you go, that's a headset. Clear, chat is really clear. It's much clearer than it is on the 360, but again, I'd still rather have my gameplay through my Turtle Beach and my chat through my Turtle Beach. So these will do for the time being, but I was hoping for a bit more. But anyway, that's minor quibble. The last couple of things I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just zoom in on this. It's my TV and shit, and that's the Kinect, which you've probably seen. I know the light's not fantastic in here, guys, so I'm really sorry about that. I'll just quickly show you, give or take. It's attached to the Xbox via quite a thick piece of cable, and that's so big. And just to give you an idea, it's light. It's quite a light piece of kit, as I said, and it's about twice the size of a controller. And what's nice with that so far, I never thought I was going to be interested in this, well, that's why I wasn't bothered about Kinect, but what's quite interesting is that it's the voice commands, around about 70 to 80% of the time it will recognise what you're saying, and you can kind of walk in, you can say Xbox on, Xbox messages, Xbox, one thing that I really liked, and this is so lazy, was the way they're doing these things now. With my Xbox One, I got this code, Xbox One, and you get your scan code, another scan code, and 12 months Xbox Live membership, which I don't need yet. And all this stuff comes now in cardboard, perforated cardboard that you peel off the back, and there's a code inside. And what you can do is you can say Xbox scan code and hold it up and it scans it. There's no more of that input in 25 digits code business that used to drive me insane. That's quite good. So hopefully I'll do another video later today showing you what the Kinect actually does, but you probably already know by now, but I really like it. I like the fact I can jump out of a game mid-gameplay and talk to a friend, or send a friend a request or a message, and then jump straight back into the game without actually touching a button. So if I want to get up and get a drink or do whatever, I can do that, and I can just tell the Xbox to sort it out. Just one last thing, guys. Initial impressions of the Xbox One. It's a lot of money to pay it for, but you're looking at a console that's probably going to last me another 10 years. I think over the 7 or 8 years I've been on Xbox 360 or Xbox Live, I think I've gone through, I've owned, I've not gone through, that's wrong, that's a miswording. I've had and still own 3 Xbox 360s, I think, that are dotted around the house and whatever else. And this is a console that's probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, going to last the next decade. And at the minute, every game I've played, I haven't been disappointed in. I think I've made the right decision. General impressions are, I'm loving the games. I think it's awesome. You get drawn into them because the graphics, although it should never be the be all and end all of games, should be the gameplay. The gameplay combined with the graphics on the new games is it's very alluring, and you just kind of want to keep playing. And I think if it wasn't for a couple of my racing games and GTA 5 being on the 360, I don't know how much time I'd be spending on the 360. So at the minute, I haven't got any worries about buying the Xbox One. I really think I've made the right decision, but that's just my opinion. So there you go. Anyway, guys, like I said, thanks again for watching. Thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was useful. And I'll be having some I'll have some gameplay uploaded as soon as I can. So thanks again, guys. Take care. Cheers.